As long as you're able to be seated today, the skull bones, we'll align those over the sit bones. So our sense of verticality is directly related to our perception of core. Core being the deepest perceptual locus in our body. So if I can line up my skull bones over sit bones, it gives me some bony landmarks in between which I can start to investigate and just how do I breathe or connect my breath in and through my core. And so we'll just start there. It's play, there's some figuring out, there's some creative muscle that we can flex, but it's this perception of center. How do I begin to perceive a centralmost aspect of self? When our perception of self remains disjointed or purely peripheral or surface, there's only so much truth that can be gleaned. And as we're willing to perceive more deeply and perceive with nuance, fidelity, what we can know increases. Now, for the sake of relaxing the belly, we'll actually engage it somewhat on the exhalation. So this is this beautiful dyadic partnership pattern. If I engage and it's soft, it's consistent, drawing the belly in as I exhale, then if I'm able and willing to relax that abdomen, the inhale can be experienced with much more softness. Now, this may take some practice, staying with the abdomen, helping it to release and soften. So let's spend many rounds, 10, 12 count exhalation. We employ the low belly muscles. So in a delicate, consistent, active way, pulling them in. And an uncounted belly soft inhalation. So my entire inhalation is this practice of belly softens, belly relaxes, belly softens. This is our pranayama today, so we'll spend some moments with it. many of us may be able to activate the abdomen quite rapidly or quite strongly. So by slowing our exhale down, it actually requires us to activate and employ those belly muscles in a much more gradual and consistent manner. Okay. What I find when I'm doing this, especially after a while of not doing this, is there can be a quality of jumpiness about the abdomen musculature. So it takes a while to experience that almost liquefaction of the abdominal wall, the organs. Do many more rounds. We'll make these the last 3 rounds. And after those few rounds, we can resume an Ujjayi breath. It doesn't have to be quite that slow. I've set up a half lotus with my left on top of my right. I'm also putting a strap in a preformed loop next to my left knee. Okay, this will be a 2-part piece. We'll start with a seated spinal twist. I'll be twisting to the left. I'm just taking a moment, feel the sit bones again, inhaling that soft abdomen. The ribs expand. There's a slight upliftment, ribs from hips. Exhaling, we'll turn to our left. Now I'm staying with that patient exhalation. And I'm just saying that because I've anticipated, maybe I've even felt, right? There may have been a hasty shift to the left, and some of us may have created almost like a quick abdominal contraction. So I just wanted to interrupt us right there in case that occurred. And you can always just pause, catch it. Congratulations if you caught something. Sometimes I'll actually rewind a little bit, reconnect to breath, re-enter. As we realize that we're a constellation of patterns, right? Of learnings. I've learned how to brace, I've learned how to move quickly, and a lot of this process, in a sense, is unlearning. Sure, we're learning yoga, but we're also unlearning conditioned responses. So I'm in the seated spinal twist. Can I breathe in a belly soft way? I'm using that Ujjayi breath. There you go, letting that solar plexus soften. To me, the solar plexus is kind of close to the bottom of the rib cage. You know, it's that Heimlich maneuver point. And I feel more of the epicenter of my exhalation below my navel, nearer to my navel. As my solar plexus softens, my neck and my skull lighten toward the sky, my sit bones heavy sink toward the earth. There you go. Now as we release, inhale, open up that left hand. Now we'll maintain this left over right, straighten the right leg. Now I'll remain in half lotus. What you may need to do is support your left knee or thigh. And here's where the loop comes in. Loop your left shin. So your right hand, reaching behind, can grab the strap connected to your left thigh. So I'll do that again. This is my left knee, loop. My right hand, reach behind, grab loop. Okay, now inhale, lift the left arm, the chest, reaching through the ball of that right foot, exhaling, fold. Lengthening the trunk forward. Whenever the trunk ceases lengthening, I pause, and I just set my hand down. This shouldn't feel weird or funny in the knee. If so, we just need to adjust. Maybe we set the left foot on the ground. Softening through the neck. Inhaling the chest bones toward the foot. Release. Inhale, we'll walk our way up. Unloop the left leg and we'll switch sides. You may want to take a moment to unbend your left leg. Okay. Sometimes I do that really slowly, just depending on how those areas around the knee are feeling. Sometimes what I'll even do, this is just a little extra, I'll just use my hands and create a little bit of friction as my knee's kind of coming out of that place. Might feel nice. So now, right leg over left. I got my right over my left. Preemptively, I'll set up a strap by my right knee. And our first move is seated spinal twist, half lotus. So feet lightly active, inhaling, the sit bones down, the skull bones up. So I keep arriving back at this sense of, oh, this is vertical, this is my core. I keep returning to this sense of deeply central self. Exhaling, we'll turn to our right. So these are just some noticings, my personal noticings that I share with you, is they can be easy to miss. And it took me a lot of time and a lot of teacher help to catch me on this, which is when my attention, whatever I was feeling or noticing in the moment, deviated from core. Right? When I would cast myself outside of my body, I tended to experience less heart, less warmth, less softness, more of a critical view. And so with a lot of help from teachers who could see this energetically, they could see the exterior, the result of this attentional outcast, as they would catch me and report it to me, almost like a fishing line. I just kind of reel it back in. And I would reclaim this sense of, okay, I'm back in the center of my body. I'm feeling much more interior, centrally interior. You can do it yourself. I would immediately notice how much warmer, heart connected, softer, my whole view and countenance became. So there's something quite profound about bringing an attentional anchor back into our body. So it becomes this ever-present part of our every experience. Now let's release slightly here, inhaling, unwind. We're straightening the left leg. I'll maintain this half lotus. You may need to adjust the foot or the leg down, just depending on your knee. Applying loop to right shin. And then my left hand reaches behind. This is my left hand grabbing the loop around my right shin. Perfect. Start with the inhale, reaching the arm up so I lift those ribs, those upper ribs way, way up. And exhaling. Now we'll fold, pressing through that ball of left foot, engaging that inner left leg. And so that was a great foundational learning, like just how to, what we call retrieval, just retrieving and re-embodying our spirit, like attentional spark living inside of our person as frequently, as enduringly as possible. Another challenge thereafter that was put to us was, great, now you know how to reclaim your spirit, your attention, how to anchor in and from the core of your person. Now can you do that as you talk to someone? Now can you anchor centrally and interiorly as you regard a sunset, as you play with your dog, as you feed your cats, right? Do I still maintain a sense of that deep, centralmost part of self as I engage the world? Now, inhaling, let's release, press out, unloop, unwind. Take your time with the knee if it was kind of snugly in that half lotus. And let's lie on our back. Give our legs a little straightening out. Elbow to knee. Breathing in and through your core. And of course, we can focus in this part of the core, solar plexus, lower abdomen. Feet are off the ground, knees are over the hips. Inhale, feel breath moving through core. Elevate head and shoulder blades. Pausing, shift the tailbone, get a little musculature. Reminder, there's my core is somewhere down there. Exhale, reach out through the left leg. Engage these muscles. Just in case that half lotus was a little strong. Just engage, press, reach, pull low belly down. Inhale, bend left knee. And curl tailbone, exhale, right leg extends. I'm engaging the muscles. You know, just in a nice, smooth, unjarring manner. All around the knee. Pull low belly down. Inhale, bend that right knee. And I'll encourage you to keep straightening strongly and engaging these leg muscles. Curl tailbone, exhale, left leg out, reach. Elbows reach toward that right thigh. Pull the low belly down. Inhale, bend left knee. Try this out, Tara. When you're exhaling and we're engaging that low belly, go ahead and reach out through that right leg. Learn if the low belly can help empty the solar plexus, the upper belly. It's like creating a bridge between solar plexus and lower abdomen, or second and third chakra. Let's keep going. Inhale, bend the right knee. Curl tailbone, exhale the left leg out. So this maneuver, and it's just a little play or a little intuitive exercise, Tara, is just feeling how the abdominal maneuver of this pose can help you bridge into that upper abdomen, the solar plexus. It's almost like feeling them simultaneously. There you go. Good. We'll do 3 more on each side. If I didn't say that, let's sign up for 3 more. I find that sometimes my core at times can feel segmented. Like there's little partitions, attentional or feeling partitions. So with each pass, with each attempt to feel through, to breathe in and through those partitions, there's tends to be this slight dissolution. That partition starts to become more transparent until there's fluid connection through the core, through the body. There you go. Yeah. I'm just probably finishing up. Cool. I wonder if that just felt a little bit softer in the solar plexus. Yeah, neato. Cool. Let's turn onto our elbows and knees. We'll set up for dolphin. We'll do a little flip-flopping. But for now, forearms out in front, neck may be soft. Push. A lot of chest area engagement, toes curled under. Now there's some abdominal tension, meaning engagement rather. There's some abdominal engagement, and we're breathing in that and with that. On exhale, press the knees off the ground. Now it's taking our breath and our attention even deeper, which may necessitate a bit of a release, a softening. And just you feeling this, can I perceive my breath, my body more deeply? More centrally. To me, it's got a quality of diving into the ocean. It gets a little more mysterious. There's less, maybe, shapeliness. There's fewer knowns, defined qualities, and there can be more of an amorphous, mysterious formlessness about that. Would it be possible to breathe in and to breathe from that deeper, less formed, mysterious, alive centrality? Let the brain go, let the jaw, Let the abdomen soften just a little bit more, giving ourselves 2 to 3 more breaths. And gently set the knees down. We'll lie on our back again. We're working frog and straddle lifting through. So ensure you have sufficient room to your left and your right. We'll start with frog, knees bent. We'll just do a few of these and we'll do most straddle. So my feet are the same altitude as my knees, maybe lower. And apply a bit of abdominal pressure so the low back contacts the ground. Inhale, float the head and the shoulder blades off the ground. So the back side, the spine side lengthens, the front side engages. Exhale, drawing the low belly down away from the pubic bones. Find out if the pulling the belly down can help us appreciate the hip, the socket. Inhale, allow tailbone, sacrum to relax down. Exhaling, tailbone shifts as I draw the belly down, activating the low belly, slight out reach through the thighs. Kind of softening around that deepest lower part of my core, the hip socket. Let's do another inhale. Exhaling, curling tailbone. Pull low belly down. Now keep the legs where they are. Inhale, place the head down. Use your hands, help the knees together. We're going directly into the straddle. Straighten your legs and then separate them. Interlace hands behind head and into it we go. Inhale, the head and shoulders up. Exhaling, find those low belly muscles. Smooth, patient exhalation. Pull low belly down. Inhaling. Letting the abdomen help keep the back on the ground. Exhale, feel the low belly muscles as they activate. They move. There's a taffy-like quality to that movement. Good. And these next 4, find out if your breath and your attention can reach a little deeper. So we're on our own for the next 4. If you're feeling very skillful and attentive, And feel how that core softens all the way up into the throat. That solar plexus throat connection is very deep, very primal. In fact, very embryonic. So as that low belly draws down, that fluidic bridge into the solar plexus can also be felt or refracted through the throat. We can feel our solar plexus in and with our throat. And as we relax and soften the throat, we can feel that refracted and being expressed right back in and through the solar plexus, and right back in and through the low belly. It's really this gorgeous whole body refractory view. We really get a sense of the whole body when we work with core. There it is, there. Right? And it goes all the way in and through the brain and the eyes. There it is. Yes. Great. Yes. Good. When you're entirely through, we'll just set the head down for the meanwhile, help the legs together. So now, and isn't this the strange, cool thing? Now my exhale is part of a fluidizing process that includes the brain and the eyes and the brow and the crown. Like, this is some amazingly whole body stuff. Turn onto a side, press back onto elbows and knees. We do one final dolphin variant. Flash prep. So this is the one where if we go left forearm down, we set the right palm down so the elbow is off of the ground. So my left elbow is down on the ground, my right elbow is in the air. See that? Okay. Now I have to shift my weight so it's in both of my shoulders, both of my hands. And on your next exhale, when the back of the neck feels soft, we'll press those knees off the ground. Weight in both feet. As you reach the right elbow back toward the edge of your mat. Option, right foot remain planted, raise left foot. If that feels too uncertain, you can keep both feet down. You've got 3 points of contact with the ground. Push through all 3, foot, forearm, and palm. Got a great solid tripod. Push through them each. That's it, Amy. That's it. Good. Let's set that left foot down, set the knees down. Let's relax to switch sides. So we go right forearm down. Left palm down, and when ready, exhale, knees off ground. Reaching left elbow back. Option, right leg up. You don't have to, it's just an option. Push with your tripod, your left foot, your left palm, your right forearm. Push. Now, if it feels hardened somewhere, bring your breath beneath that. There's a depth. I bet you can find a depth beneath any of the bracing, the supportive stiffness. I bet we can breathe and find a depth beneath that. Reach back to that right hip, Connie. There you go. Keep going. Use that leg. Yes. All right, let's set that foot down. Let's set the knees down. We'll take a rest. Slide hands under shoulders, exhaling, downward dog. Engage the triceps so the elbows straighten. Again, we're not locking them, but use those triceps, straighten. They are definitely part of your shoulder. And now wrap the shoulders. Turn the upper arm bone as you keep straightened the elbows. Easy twisting warrior. Inhale, let's step the left foot forward. Keep the right hand down. Exhaling the left arm toward the sky. I'm in a deep stance. My right hand is supporting my torso weight. Now, this is a place where, for many of us, our attention can get quite peripheral, which is not a bad thing, but today we're just exploring that reclamation move. It's kind of a redistribution, a reconcentration in a sense. It's almost like our centermost of body becomes a magnet for our breath and attention. Okay. Can I still feel my skin and my hands and my chest? You bet. Now, can you feel your breath between your shoulder joints? Go ahead and push the hands apart, Connie. Push, there you go, there you go. Now, breathing underneath the neck, right between the shoulder joints. Yeah, keep pressing, keep reaching. There you go, there you go. Good, set the right knee down. And we continue. You may be able to reach back even further. Inhaling, bring the left hand down to your thigh. Press your way up, right arm reaches skyward. We're moving into twisting lunge. And now exhale, your right arm over your left thigh. the sense of breathing interiorly or underneath the partition, or the sense of maybe there's a stiffness or a rigidity or a solidity. I think the benefit of that, and we can unwind a bit as we set up for pigeon, walking the left foot over. I think that can be super helpful if you have that pattern, that personality style where we formed a very particular exterior to meet the world. And then we have these private interiors. It's almost like we have a shell, an exoskeleton, and an inner sanctum. Okay? We start to work this way, that shell, that facade, that presentation starts to dissolve. And there's good news to that. The good news is that now our deepest sacred interiors can meet the world. So in a literary sense, there is a kind of coming out of one's shell, or just the gentle allowance and dissolution of our usual form of engagement in service of a much more tender, vulnerable, heart-connected form of engagement. What a beautiful gift. Inhale, walk the hands under the shoulders. Exhaling, downward dog. We'll step the left foot back. Easy twisting warrior. Inhale, step the right foot forward. Our left hand remains down. Exhaling the right arm toward the sky. Let's breathe into that solar plexus. So solar plexus, kind of where the gut, the ribs, the diaphragm. And if you know where that's, you can feel the bottom of your sternum, it's right in that little space between the ribs, under the ribs. Begin a breath deep, deep beneath and inside that solar plexus, feeling that breath spread underneath the solar plexus, the diaphragm, those lowest ribs, the bottom tip of your sternum, breastbone, into the spine bones. And as you exhale, can you feel that solar plexus softening, allowing for a little more of that reach, that outreach, reaching away from that solar plexus. Engage with that solar plexus, right? This is that wonderful energy center that developmentally, right, starts to perk on and inform us more and more as we truly are individuating ourselves from our primary tribe, our primary family or caretakers. Inhaling will bring the left knee softly down to the floor. Easy twisting lunge. Exhale, just continue pressing out through the hands. And just find out if you can reach a little bit back. It's not just the arm that reaches, the chest reaches. Inhaling, right hand down to the thigh. As we press, draw the left arm up, twisting lunge. Exhale the left arm over the right thigh. Just keep attentionally finding that centralmost depth of self. Now, depth, right? I think that ocean analogy is apt here. As I maintain a more surface or discrete sense of, oh, this is my body, here's my bone, this is my skin, I'm trying to breathe, it's a little tight, here's the tightness, here's the motion, right? I get a very defined sense of self. It's defined by my tightness, the bones relationship, the skin, what I can feel, right? As I start to go deeper, those definitions get a little fuzzier. It starts to become less formed, more aqueous, more, right, amoeba-like. Would it be possible to breathe with that sense of less form? I feel more fluidic, more kind of all over. Formless. Inhale, let's unwind from twist, setting up pigeon. Right foot walks to the left side, lie the shin down. And this is one of those beautiful existential dilemmas that we can start to encounter as we're learning how to release, to keep softening. There really is this dissolution of knowns, right? My formed self-sense is not so there anymore. It kind of flicks in and out like a fuzzy radio station. So just start to flirt with, oh, there's what I know. Oh, there's the tightnesses, there's the thoughts, there's the familiar feelings, and also there's also these moments of not a lot. Openness, quiescence, uncertainty, formlessness, bottomless depth. pure listening. Inhale, walk hands under shoulders. Exhaling, downward dog. Pyramid. Inhale, step left foot forward. You're welcome to use a wall or blocks to elevate the hands. You can have heel to respective hip alignment, like left heel lines up with left hip, right heel lines up with right hip. There's also the more like another traditional alignment where it's heel to heel. If I choose that heel to heel, I really have to turn on the deep, deep inner leg. Kind of almost like I'm doing that squeezing a roll, pressing out through my inner legs. All right, vertical splits. Bring the hands forward, blocks forward if you're using blocks. Raise right leg. And you can use the hand pressure as you push. You can ungrip your toe pads. Just wriggle those left toe pads about so they don't have to grab the ground. Now I'm going to challenge you in this vertical splits. You employ those low belly muscles. And we're going to work this vertical splits almost like we worked those abdominals. So exhaling and draw that low belly in and back, taffy, letting that liquidity bridge into the solar plexus. Solar plexus softens, lets the gut go, the heart go, the neck softens. Deep inhalation. By deep, I mean feel. It's felt more deeply internally. The body must yield, right? And just momentarily, less compartmentalized, a vaster body accommodates a deeper breath. And once more exhaling and using those low belly muscles consistently, fluidly drawing them in, feeling that fluidic kind of refraction through the gut, through the neck, through the brain and the head. That's it, that's it, that's it. All the way through the brain. That's it, Tara, that's it. Inhale the left foot down. Exhaling, we'll step the right foot back, downward dog. I totally get it when I'm this really fluid self. On one hand, it's like, this feels amazing. I feel alive, this pulsing aliveness in my body. And it's also can be like, but my knowns aren't here. I can't possibly keep this up, this vulnerable, fluid self. But that's why we practice. Pyramid. Inhale, step the left foot forward. Oh, pardon me, right foot forward, right foot forward. More moments aggregated in these states, these recognition moments. helps us grow into that. So the places we visit gradually become the places we live. Vertical splits. I'm going to shift the hands forward about 6 or more inches. Inhaling, raising the left leg. Working this like that abdominal. I'm going to employ those low belly muscles. Letting that softness read through the solar plexus. The back of the heart. Back of the neck. Crown. Inhale, set that left foot down. Exhaling, step back, downward dog. Eagle, warrior two. Inhale, step left foot forward. Ooh, and we'll exhale the left elbow over the right. And here we are vertical again. Vertical can help us get a sense of our core, especially when we have a sense of the tailbone and the crown. So we'll just line one up over the other and connect breath in and through the core. Sure, there may be a lot of interesting surface activity. There may be a lot of muscle things and bone and joint alignment things. Lots of fireworks, points of interest. And we're just, as a practice today, what's beneath that? What's underneath that? What's interior to that, deeper than that? Because where there's less formation, less form, there really is more possibilities also. So we're sensing into a state, a more liquidic state, where there's much, much more possibility. Inhale, unwind the arms, reach them out to the sides. And exhaling softly, glide the shoulders away from the neck. Spread the hand bones. We'll activate the feet as well. Start to press the legs out in their respective direction, reaching the arms out in their respective directions. Feeling that breath come from a deep sense of core. Inhale, bring the hands around the left foot. Exhaling, chaturanga. This time, let's step the left foot back, lower to the ground. Cobra. Shift the tailbone toward the earth. Stretch those energized legs straight back. Inhale into the abdomen. Under the solar plexus, behind the chest wall. Oh, interesting. Exhale, lower down and remain right where you are. We're going to revisit Cobra. Let me describe something. I'm not sure if this belongs to somebody in particular, but as I was kind of sensing breath up and through the core, kind of a methodical, almost linear way. When I got to about the solar plexus, it almost feels like the breath kind of dispersed and jumped forward. How interesting. So we're going to enter Cobra once more, and I'll describe it first, and then we'll do it. Beginning the breath in the abdomen, and feel that wash of breath remain collected, unified along the interior of the spine, all the way up the spine. Make sense? Let me just show you visually what I kind of felt. And again, I don't know who this belongs to. So, here's breath. This is breath. That's what I felt. So I'm wondering, let's just try where we just keep all of that breath moving right through the solar plexus, right along the spine until we get to that chest wall. Here we go. So we shift the tailbone toward the earth. Inhaling into the abdomen. You feel that breath along the lower back. Keep it along the spine, bringing it through that solar plexus area. Back of heart. Exhaling, lower down, downward dog. Oh, that was interesting. So there was a little course correction of some sort that it wasn't nearly as dramatic as before. So whomever did whatever, good on you. Great work, everyone. Inhale, step the right foot forward, eagle, warrior two. This time we're going, exhaling right elbow over left. Good. Now, if this is resonating with you, just continue to work this. If this isn't resonating for you, don't worry about it. It might be for someone else. So I'm just getting a little bit of a sense of it's a very strong energetic pattern or habit. And I almost get this sense of like hemorrhage or a fountain of exiting some such right about that solar plexus area. And so for whomever this matters, keep that breath almost contained, almost like you're knitting it, like if there was a hose with a little pinprick in it, you're kind of keeping your finger over the proverbial pinhole of the hose, so that breath can wash through the solar plexus and remain interior. There you go. That's that reclamation. I'm keeping that breath. Instead of letting it go out, I'm kind of guiding it to remain in and with my physical body. All right, warrior 2, inhale, unwind the arms, outreaching them. Exhaling, press out through the arms, reach out through the legs. And again, for whomever this matters, don't just reach out through the solar plexus. That might be part of a pattern that needs just love and attention. And so I'm not reaching out through my solar plexus. Kind of strengthening the connection of what do I feel core, right through that third chakra area. There you go. There you go. Whomever that is, great work. This is good. The stuff reads and it blows me away still. I know someone in the future will be taking this class and they'll be like, what the heck? How does she know? Future, past, we're all in here. We're all in here. All right, inhale, bring the hands down to the ground around the right foot. Exhaling, chaturanga. We're going to get another pass at that. So we lower all the way down to the ground. Reach back through the legs so you can get that tailbone to shift down. And let's begin our breath in under the sacrum. Inhaling, cobra. Bringing, washing, experiencing that breath through the solar plexus, near to the spine. Under the heart. There you go. Exhaling, lower down, downward dog. Someone got that breath into their head. Yay, us. Downward dog. Okay, and then just rein it in right here. So the pattern may even persist right here in downward dog. So just kind of a little weaving, a little energetic reclamation, feeling your breath, solar plexus depth. Just increasing sensing capacity, sensitivity in that third chakra, that solar plexus region. All right, scissors it is. Inhale, step your left foot forward. Now, if you would rather not do scissors for whatever reason, you can do head to ankle with the knee down. Okay, so I've got my left foot forward, my right knee down. Let me just go through the options. If you're not working scissors, just set the hands down, and you can start to work the left shoulder behind the calf. If you're working scissors, left arm under left thigh, walk the legs apart in their different directions. To do a little tip, lean tipping onto that right elbow, stretching those inner legs out. Set the right foot down, bend the left knee, press that left foot back, downward dog. All right, just going directly into scissors on the other side. Inhale, step the right foot forward. Now, if not scissors, you know there's that head to ankle option. Right arm under right thigh. Walk the feet apart. This is for scissors. A little tip, a little lean toward the left elbow. Set the left foot down, bend the right knee, press back, downward dog. Inhale the left foot forward for a little wrist relief in Warrior Two. And our wrist relief will come in the form of interlacing our hands behind our back. Chest opener. Now, the way this is wrist relief is if I do the interlace and I very gently send all of my knuckles toward the earth and my palms lightly draw apart, almost like I'm trying to open up my hands to hold a softball. I'm not pulling very hard. I'm just not pushing my palms together. And this should create a really nice bit of traction and relief through the tops of the wrist. And while those hands are in a slightly more open state, connect to breath right between the shoulders. And release. Change sides and do it again. Inhale, hands to ground around the left foot. Exhaling, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Keep it inside that solar plexus. Exhaling, downward dog. Last side, last one. Inhale, right foot forward. Warrior Two. Fingers interlace. And I lightly draw the knuckles down. I'm not going for maximal stretch. I'm just going to the place where it feels really nice on the wrist and the hand joints and the elbow joints. And release. Inhale, let's set the hands down. Exhaling, let's just step back into downward dog. We'll set the knees down from there. And let's just set up for Shavasana. So we'll take a seat, or lie down. There's a quietude. There's an alive silence discoverable inside us that speaks, that communicates volumes more than any of our conditioned responses ever could. And the Buddhists use the word refuge. We take refuge in that knowing. You know, in other traditions, the word is faith, right? I might just glimpse it here and there. I might believe it. But I'm not, maybe I don't live with that certainty just yet. But there's a faith, I take refuge in that. I'm going to keep practicing and behaving as if until it's real, because I have a good sense that this is real. All right? There's an alive quiescence discoverable in us that ripples through our relations and this universe in ways that no other communication can. When you're ready, bend knees. Turn to a side. And press to seated. Namaste. I'm happy to be with you.